If you're over 40 and life looks fine from the outside, but inside you feel stuck, then this video is for you. You know, you may have a job, family, responsibility, people are depending on you, paying the bills, you're showing up and doing what you're supposed to do. And still, somewhere privately in your quiet space, something feels off. It's not like you're falling apart. You're not in some sort of crisis. You may not even be able to explain this clearly to your friends or family. But you know it. You feel it eating away at you every day. You just don't feel as driven as you used to be. You know, you're tired of restarting the same goals over and over and over again. You keep telling yourself you need to get back on track. Yeah, but somewhere in the back of your mind, there's this quiet little question. Is this it? Is this all there is for me? Right? And that question can scare a man. It scared me before, because from the outside, it may look like you don't even have the right to ask this. Right? You've got a job, you're making money, you've got a family that looks good, you have got responsibilities, you've got people who need you. So you just push that feeling down, right? I did this for a long time, and it just you keep moving forward. But push down truth doesn't disappear. It just gets heavier, it just weighs on you more. Today I want to talk to you about why many capable men over 40 feel stuck, even when life looks fine, and what you can actually do about it today without blowing up your life. Because that's the fear, right? I had that same fear. You don't want to destroy what you've already built. You don't want to make reckless decisions. You don't want to become the guy who wakes up one day and burns everything down because he never dealt with what's really going on, you know? And you don't need to blow up your whole life to do this. It's not that difficult, but it is quite hard to admit to yourself. So let's get to those reasons why capable men are feeling stuck. Reason number one, when we were in our 20s and just starting out, we were climbing, right? And there was a lot of things we were tackling on the way up. We were building our career, we were getting educated, we're training, maybe we were developing a relationship and a family, and we're acquiring stuff, and we're go, 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 go. And somewhere along the line, we've kind of ended that journey. You know, whether we think, oh yeah, we should still be striving to get higher up, but our subconscious mind's probably not there, right? It got us to where it thinks we need to be with the things that it was taught matter, right? We got a good paying job that we can't, you know, it's very secure. We've got a retirement fund. We've got a good family. We've got a nice house. We've got a car. We've got a fishing boat, whatever it is. And we've got all this stuff. And so our journey kind of ended. And we didn't know what to do because we didn't have a backup plan, another plan for what happens when that journey ends, right? That was our whole purpose. Our whole driving purpose was to get up there. And we did. Good job. Congratulations. But it's left us a little bit directionless. And that's reason number one. And that happened to me. I was an athletic director of a very large school. And I'd been there a long time, so, you know, I had lots of seniority. I was getting paid awesome. I was coaching basketball, and I was a coach of a championship team. I had a wife and a house and car and fishing boat and lots of friends. But it felt like something wasn't right, so I tried to fill it with other stuff. I ran marathons, I did Ironman, all this stuff, but that feeling never went away. And it's because my main journey, climbing up that ladder, becoming a good coach, getting a great job, getting great pay, getting all that stuff, it kind of ended. You know, and even though I kept thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should go to the next level of coaching, somewhere in my subconscious probably, I told myself that this was it, this was okay. But it wasn't okay, right? Because somewhere deep inside, I was like, is this it? Is this it for me? Is this the end? I'm just supposed to be satisfied with what I got here. And it was good. Trust me, all my friends thought I had the ideal life, really, you know? And it's still not away with me. So that's number one. We finished that initial journey. That was our sole driver. And so we became directionless. And this leads us to reason number two. So how do we as capable guys fix being directionless? what do we say to ourselves? Oh, we got to go harder at it, man. I got to be more disciplined. I'm going to double down on this. So we make all these plans. We edge them out, and we go hard, man. More discipline. Well, we already know we're disciplined, so we can really push. And, well, what usually ends up happening is our subconscious says to us, why are we working on this thing doesn't matter? Where is it taking us? So we quit, right? We stop. And we rationalize it a bunch of different ways. Oh, we ran out of time, work's busy, whatever. And then we start a new one. We beat ourselves up because it's like, well, we're still directionless. We still feel, is this it? Is this all I got? And then so stop talking like that. And we double down on ourselves again. And then we start beating ourselves up about it, right? That's the next thing that happens. And that builds us to reason number 3. So we got reason number 1. We finished our journey. Whatever that was, our big climb, we got to where we got, and that left us directionless. Directionless, we tried to solve with more discipline, which doesn't work because that's not a solution. It doesn't change the direction, right? Going harder in a wrong direction doesn't make it right. It just makes us going in the wrong direction. And that brings us to reason number 3, which is every time we quit, we lose trust in ourselves. And this is really scary, right? Because we were dangerous before. Right? We were climbing the ladder. We were, making our way. We were kicking ass and taking names. And all of a sudden, we can't trust ourselves anymore. We're not trusting the decisions we're making. We're not trusting the actions we're taking. We're quitting every time we start a new little goal. And then we're restarting it over again. And this builds even less trust because then you start thinking, well, what's wrong with me? Why all of a sudden am I not why am I not the killer, right? Why am I not the dominating guy out there anymore? And that's hard to swallow, man. I know for myself in that position, I really was struggling with why I wasn't a winner anymore, And it was because of those 3 things. Finished that initial journey, which left me directionless. And then I tried to double down on being more disciplined, working harder, get tougher, suck it up, right? And that led to me quitting, not trusting because the brain wasn't allowing me to go in the wrong direction, or you'd go in a direction for a while and you'd quit because it's like, well, where's this going? Why am I bothering doing this, right? And so those 3 reasons are the reasons why we really get jammed up. And it's not like you can tell anybody. Well, you can tell people, but they don't hardly believe you because they look at your life and they go, what are you complaining about, dude? Maybe you're a middle manager or an executive, or you're running your own little business, or, whatever it is, you've got a house and a car and a great family and lots of friends. And it looks on the surface like everything's okay, but underneath your little legs are just going because you can't figure out what to do next. All right. So, Andy, what's the fix? Well, fix is we got to, just like in our initial climb when we started in our 20s, we knew where we were. We were at the bottom. We had nothing, right? We knew nothing. We had nothing. So we only had one direction to go, which was climb up, right? So we need to figure out where we're at right now. So I want you to get a notebook or a piece of paper, and I want you to answer these 3 questions. And they're going to take you a little bit to answer, but I want you to answer 3 questions. So the first question is, what part of my life do I feel most stuck in right now, right? What part of my life do I feel most stuck in right now? So it might be your job, might be your career, might be your family, might be your relationships, might be your fitness, might be your health, whatever it is, figure out what that one thing is. Question number 2, what is that costing me? Is it costing you actually money? Is it costing you problems with your relationship? Is it costing you health, more stress, all this other stuff? What is it costing me? And then the third question is, what is the smallest promise/action that I can keep this week so I can start building some trust, right? I follow through, because reason number 3 says we keep quitting stuff. So what's the smallest thing? Shrink it down. Maybe it's walk 15 minutes every day. Maybe it's just take the stairs at work instead of the elevator. Maybe it's, take care of your emails first thing in the morning, whatever it is. What's the small thing that you can do that you're not going to blow You can do it every day and you're not going to quit on it. It's so easy. It's like tying your shoes or getting dressed. It's a done deal, all right? The goal here is not to fix everything all at once. We don't want to do that. That's not what we need. We don't need to throw everything out. We've built a nice life. We just need to find that new direction so that we can get going on. And what answering these 3 questions does, and what doing that little small promise every day, it builds us evidence. Evidence that we are still the guy we were before. We're still that guy who kicks asses and takes names, right? So we need to build evidence, because evidence makes us dangerous in a special way. It makes us trust ourselves again. And what does the trust do? It helps us make better decisions, right? We start trusting our decisions again. We always used to trust our decisions. Makes us trust our decisions again. We start being a better leader for ourselves. We stop chasing every shiny thing that comes along, and we start building actual directions, because we know as a leader what we have to do to get there. So it stops us drifting around directionless. We find a direction, and we start building the evidence it takes to show that we're going forward down that direction. And that evidence makes us trust ourselves more. So we start building this momentum of go get it, right? And that's really what we want. We want to get that guy back that we were before. All right? So if this hit home, like it did for me, comment stuck down in the comment and tell me what your one stuck thing is. The one thing where you're mostly stuck right now. I read every comment and I respond to them, okay? So I'm really looking forward to hopefully build sort of a community in this YouTube channel where there's trust, where we can share and I can help you out move along. In saying that, I've already developed a free 14-day no restart reset for you so that you can start getting that direction and start building some consistency, trust, and power in yourself again, right? The link's in the description, and feel free, click on it, and let's connect and really get you going. And remember this, right? Feeling stuck doesn't mean that you're finished. You're not done. It may mean that the next version of you is looking for leadership. Not someday. Now. Take the action. Become the better you. In fact, let's become unstoppable again.